Welcome into another episode of Down South Ball Talk hosted by LT. I'm your host, LT, and yes, sir, we are back. Again, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel, all the likes, all the comments, and the subscriptions to the channel. I appreciate it. We're just trying to grow each and every day by each and every video. So first and foremost, please comment on this video. Please like the video. Please share the video. And please subscribe to the channel. Down South Ball Talk. Yes. Oh, also, all of our social media. You see them here. All of our social medias. At Down South Ball Talk, except on X, it is Down South BT. So today what I want to do, I want to rank all of the quarterbacks, well, starting quarterbacks in the AFC South, going from 4th to 1st. And then also we're going to touch on the Spurs losing last night to the T-Wolves. That was a heartbreaking loss. They barely lost, but we'll get into some things that maybe they need to adjust and what Coach Finch did to actually win that game, in my opinion. But let's start off with some AFC ball talk, man. We are ranking the starting quarterbacks in the AFC South. Let's go ahead and get it started. Number 4. All right, I'm going to get started with him. Daniel Jones. Now, I know some of y'all's like, what, Daniel Jones for? The veteran? Yes. I got Daniel Jones as the 4th best starting quarterback in the AFC South. Let's look at his record. Last year was his first season as the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. Now, granted, he came into training camp and beat out Anthony Richardson and won the starting job. He went 8-5. He tore his Achilles, and after that, it seemed like everything was going downhill. I mean, they had lost 2 in a row already, and it just, after that, it went downhill. They signed Phillip Rivers. It was a whole slew of things. Anthony Richardson got hurt himself, so, yeah, it was a lot going on with that. But Daniel Jones, he did really well. I mean, they started 8-2. Everybody thought he was going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, if anything, an all-pro quarterback, but it just, the bottom fell out. I want to talk about a little bit of them re-signing Daniel Jones as well. They signed him to a 2-year, $88 million deal. I believe $40 million is guaranteed, which, again, that states that they are banking on him to become to keep being their starting quarterback. Do I agree with that? Yes. I mean, the way he was playing and everything, and modern technology with Achilles nowadays, I would say yes, bank on him. And then next year they don't have a first-round draft pick, which is unfortunate. So if he plays really well, I think they would keep him, and maybe they go after a quarterback in 2028's draft. But with that being said, I like them re-signing Daniel Jones. I mean, Anthony Richardson, they declined his 5th-year option, so that tells you everything you need to know. And also, he's asked for a trade, but I see he was at voluntary minicamp, camp, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. We'll talk about that soon. But back to Daniel Jones. Let's see. Was his last season an anomaly? I don't know. I really don't know if it was an anomaly because, again, he's a veteran quarterback who has a offensive line that's awesome. I mean, the Colts always have a pretty decent offensive line. They have the best guard in the league, if not the best guard in the league. So, I mean, the line is there. The running back, obviously they have, if not the best running back, top 5 running back in the league. Tight end last year came along, your rookie. He did his thing. Warren was a beast. So only year 2 for him, but he will help out Daniel Jones as well. So I think the contract's justified. I mean, he earned it. They signed him on a 1-year deal, basically a prove-it deal to come in and beat out Anthony Richardson. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's move on. Number 3, I have Cameron Ward of the Tennessee Titans. Oh, Lord. I mean, last year wasn't that great. He had a, 3-14 record. He played every game, though. Every game. Think about this. He played every game, so he was real durable. Last game, I believe, on the first drive, his touchdown, he went down with a shoulder injury, and they set him out for the last game. But Cameron Ward, to me, is the 3rd best quarterback in the AFC South with a 3-14 record. I mean, look at the statistics. He did really well. I'm just going to give you the before and after. Let's go here. Before week 8, this was his, they had a bye week in week 9, but week 8, he was 1,600 yards, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with 38 sacks. With, what was that? Yeah. With the fumbles, I believe he had 11 fumbles, or 7 fumbles, I believe. Yeah, 7 fumbles in that. After that, and again, I think it clicked for Cameron after the bye week. 1,500 yards, 113 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, 17 sacks. So, I mean, something clicked, not just with him, but also his O-line. The sacks were down. He did take a lot. I'm not sitting there saying he did not take a lot. I believe it was a total of 55 sacks total for the season. But again, you can tell the progression is there for Cameron, and I believe that he will take another step in Brian Daboll's offense, and the offense is going to be better. He got more weapons because last year he was throwing to fourth-round picks and Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley got hurt and was out after, I believe, week 5 or 6. So, yeah, last year he did his thing even with fourth-round picks. So they go out and get him some help. Obviously, with the draft, they get Carnell Tate. They get Wan'Dale Robinson to play the slot for him. So, yes, I believe the line will be better as well. They still have a 1K rusher back there in Tony Pollard. People forget that he is a 1,000-yard rusher each year with the Tennessee Titans. So, I like Cameron Ward's next year. I think he makes that leap. Does Cameron take another leap in Brian Daboll's offense? I say yes. Yes, Brian Daboll has proven as a good OC. He is a good OC, whether he was with Josh Allen at Buffalo, whether it was in Alabama, down there in the college ranks. So, I mean, I think Cameron takes that next leap, and we get a very, very, very good second season out of Cameron Ward. Yes, let's move along. Obviously, we only have two more teams to go through. So it's either the Texans quarterback or the Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback. Who do you think I got? All right, coming in at number 2, I got C.J. Stroud. I mean, what else can you say about this guy? I mean, he's really good. Really, really good. What was it? He won Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's been in the league for 3 years now. What was his statistics last year? Overall record 28-18. He has reached the playoffs every year he's been a starter in the league, which has been 3 years. He's 3-3 in the playoffs. 68% completion rating, 10,000 yards, 62 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, 93 QBR overall in the regular season. I mean, this guy, he can play some ball. I'm not going to sit here and say CJ cannot play ball. Now, would you say he's regressed? Would you say he's regressed each season? I say yes. I mean, what can you say? Every year the numbers go down. From 2023 to now, the numbers have gone down, as in the completions, also the yards, the touchdowns, the interceptions have gone up. I mean, what else can you say? The passer rating has gone down. To me, he has regressed. Now, they did pick up his fifth-year option, and as we talked about on an earlier episode, what else are they going to do? What other quarterback are you going to get? You're going to bank on a rookie coming in and playing like CJ? No, you're not. Especially CJ has shown you he can do it. It's just about him just doing it. I mean, it is what it is. He's led you to the playoffs every single year. I mean, last year you could say Davis Mills was playing really good football as well when CJ got hurt. But also, when he came back in, they still was going well. I mean, yes, you can talk about the defense. That's another story. That's another, story for another day. But right now we're focusing on CJ. And I think that he is a good quarterback and he can do it. Now, I think this is the year they give him to prove it. They want him to prove it, that we will give you that $300 million plus, and it'll be worth it. Because there's nothing worse than getting stuck with that $300 million quarterback, just like the Miami Dolphins, and you have to be on your books for $50 million for 2 years, like Tua. So you don't want to do that. So, I mean, let's look at the postseason career stats here. Let's see. He's played in 6 games, 60% completion rate, 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And again, it's crazy because, well, is that real? Because I thought he had 5 in 2 games last year. So this could be wrong. I believe he has more interceptions than that because I know he became the first quarterback ever to have 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in 2 playoff games. The only reason he's the only one is because nobody actually won their games when they actually throw 5 interceptions. So with that being said, CJ is also the youngest quarterback in history to win a playoff game. So again, he can do it. It's just about, have that defense just play lights out as they're doing and him just stepping up. Now, he does get a weapon back in Tank Dell, so we'll see with that. The tight ends, I don't know. They did better with the line. They drafted a new center for him. I like Rutledge, and Nico Collins is a Pro Bowler, so we know what he brings. So I think that CJ has a better year next year than he did the last 2 years. I do believe that. All right, let's move along. My first ranked quarterback in the AFC South. There's only one team, Jacksonville Jaguars, starting quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Now, he's a 35-42 record. His first season, his rookie season, I would not hold that to him. We know that was a disaster and what that came along with his head coach. We won't talk about that. So we kind of give him a mulligan on that. The first year with Doug Peterson played lights out, and I do mean lights out. I thought him and Doug Peterson were going to be together for a long time there. Now, Doug was there for, 4 years, I believe, or 3 years, and the bottom left out, and it was just time for a new change. But that first year, look at the statistics. I mean, 66% completion rate, 4,000-yard passer, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions that year. You know what's so crazy? He had a better year in his first year this year with Liam Cohen. He really did. Look at the stats. I mean, what is this? 60. Well, the completion rate was better. It wasn't better. 60%. Still 4,000-yard passer. 29 touchdowns with 12 interceptions, and went to the playoffs again. But I'll say this. You might say the first season with Doug Peterson was awesome because he did win a playoff game. But I think he had a better season with Liam Cohen last year than Doug Peterson. That's just my opinion. And you can just see it. I think he's a better coach and all that, but time will tell. Time will tell because, again, what if it is a first season thing with Trevor Lawrence to where in his first seasons you don't know the tape of his head coach, you don't know what's going on, but you know Trevor. But it's just a new offense, a new thing, and he just swags it out. So now you have tape on him, and the next season, do what you got to do to stop him. But I do think him and Liam Cohen had a damn good season last year. Let's talk about... Let's see. He was a MVP candidate last year. I did not see that coming. I will not lie. I did not see him being an MVP candidate, but he was. He was definitely an MVP candidate, MVP finalist. Now, what's the next step for Trevor? What's the next step for Trevor? I think winning another playoff game. He hasn't won one since 2022. He won in a wild card game against the Chargers, 31-30. I mean, remember, they were down, though. Remember, he had to come back. He threw 4 interceptions in the first half. He had to come back and had 4 touchdowns in the second half, and they barely won that game. But he did it. He did it. So he's showing you that he has the capability to win playoff games. So I think his next step is to win playoff games. But did they have a good draft? I don't think so. But it's better than what I thought after looking at it because they have some seasoned college players that can come in right away and they know how to play. So with that being said, I think Trevor has a pretty good year this year. MVP loading season, I don't know about that. Do I think they make the playoffs? Sure. I think they can win a division. I really do. I think they can go back-to-back and win a division. The Texans might have something to say about that, but I think they could go back-to-back and win the division. So I think Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback in the AFC South right now, but time will tell because you know me. I'm a big Cameron Ward fan, and his talent is out the roof for me. And yes, I am a Titans fan. It is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the Spurs, man. Last night they lost it was a really close game. They lost, 104-102 to the T-Wolves. They did have Ant-Man. He came off the bench. He was on a minutes restriction. What did he have? He had 18 and 3 off the bench. And, what else can I say about Victor Wembanyama that you haven't said already? My man had 12 blocks last night. I think he's going to get a quadruple-double next year. I think so. I think it happens. I think he buckles down one night and just some random night on a Tuesday night in, I don't know, Orlando or somewhere in New Orleans or something, he gets a quadruple-double. I think it happens. So we'll keep an eye on that. But last night they lost. He had 12 blocks. Let me see the stat sheet here. I will say this. What Ant-Man was giving you off the bench was better than nothing. I mean, I know they're thinking like, hey, what you give us, even if you're, what did he give me, 18 and 3? That right there, you'll take that from Ant-Man. He takes the pressure off of Julius Randle and Naz Reid and others that, they were playing really well as well. And we'll get into, the whole Julius Randle thing and how I think they have no one. Now, I mean no one that can stop Julius Randle. If Julius Randle goes off like this every game, they will win. They will win this series. I mean, he 21 and 10 and 2 assists. I mean, come on, Julius Pearson, and we can't say no more about Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels' defense, Lord Jesus. What he did on D-Fox last night, I mean, I'm gonna say masterclass, but this playoffs he's putting on a masterclass of how to walk it like you talk it. He talk about defense and he's walking like he's talking, and he's also scoring on the other end. I mean, Castle gave you good minutes. He gave you some good stuff. I mean, Dylan Harper comes off the bench and always gives you something good. However, D Fox has to step up. My boy gave you 10 and 6, but 6 turnovers. That's unacceptable. At home, come on, D Fox. But again, I understand McDaniel's giving you the smother your own defense and doing what he's got to do to stop you. But you gotta do something. And I understand that when Gobert's out and Wemby actually has to guard that perimeter, because again, you just can't sit out there because Naz Reid will hit that jumper. You can't just sit down there and play like, lag off and think that your man ain't gonna shoot no jumper like Rudy Gobert. It's not going to happen. Naz Reid will shoot that jumper and make it. But let's go back to what I was saying earlier. I think the Spurs have no answer for Julius Randle. The Spurs play a lot of guards, a lot of smaller guys who defend or depend on Wemby to if their man goes by them and or Wemby just having incredible defense. I mean, hell, he had 12 blocks last night. 12 blocks. So they depend on Wemby on their help side defense and to do that for them. But with Julius Randle, nah. You put Castle on him, he wasn't doing nothing. You tried to put Vassell on him, he wasn't doing nothing. You tried to put Keldon Johnson on him, he wasn't doing nothing. So, I mean, in this series, I think Julius Randle is the key for the T-Wolves to win. Now, do I think the T-Wolves win this series? No, I do not. I think the Spurs pull it out in 6 or 7. I'm going to go 6. I'll say Spurs in 6. However, this series is going to be really good because, again, just like with boxers, styles make fights. Styles make fights. So this right here is a really good style because they don't have a big man. They don't have a traditional forward that can deal with Julius Randle, in my opinion. So that's going to be a good one. The next game, when is it? They play tomorrow night in San Antonio, man. We'll see how that goes. It's on ESPN. So, yeah, I believe it's the first game at 8 p.m. Oh, no, not 8 p.m. Sorry, it's the late game. So it'll probably be at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a really good series. I didn't think Ant-Man would be back this early, but he's back, and they got to test for him. So that concludes this episode of Down South Ball Talk. What do you think? Leave comments for me. Do you think my rankings are good? Do you agree with my rankings? Let me know. What are your rankings? Who do you think is the best quarterback in the AFC South? Do you think the Spurs are going to lose to the T-Wolves in this series? I say Spurs in 6. What do you say? Do you think Ant-Man is will be a factor in the series due to his injury? Do you think Wemby gets a quadruple double this series? Let me know in the comments, please. I appreciate your time. Please leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, you see all of our socials here. Please follow them everywhere. Down South Ball Talk, except on X, it is Down South BT. Again, I'm your host, LT. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.